If you're watching this video, you might be a little confused by the title. Does he mean addiction as in the same way that we talk about addiction to drugs or alcohol? No. What I am saying is that sometimes problems become such an integral part of who we are that it is almost embedded in our system. It becomes part of our identity. And if it becomes part of our identity and we try to get rid of it and we can't, well, that might be an addiction. And if any of that resonated with you, then you might want to watch this video. Hey, what's up? What's good, everyone? My name is Adam Levine Perez. I'm an urban educator, I'm a content creator, and I'm a creative entrepreneur. Thank you for stopping by. Listen, if you're new here, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I try to make videos on a weekly basis, and the goal of my videos are very straightforward. I believe we all have a purpose, and my goal is to help others live their best life on purpose. How am I going to do that? Well, by sticking through my 3 pillars. Number 1, encourage you to grow. Number 2, challenge you to reach higher. And number 3, remind you that you already have what it takes to make it happen out there. So in today's video, what we're gonna focus on is our addiction to problems. And as I said in the intro, it's not necessarily the same type of addiction that we would have to, let's say, drugs or alcohol, okay? No, what I'm really trying to talk about is how folks can really get addicted to this notion of having problems and it becoming a part of your identity. Let me tell you a little story. So growing up, I never was the strongest reader. I legit had dyslexia, okay? No exaggeration. Reading out loud in class was one of the most dreadful experiences as a child. I compare it to getting pulled over and driving with an expired registration now as an adult. And you don't want to be there, you're scared things might get a little out of hand, and you wish you could just close your eyes and make it all go away. That was me in class. Week after week, man. I would ask the teacher to go to the bathroom during our read out loud section in class. Until one day, my teacher, Miss Rosario, shout out to Miss Rosario, she called me out on this and denied me the bathroom pass during this section. Now, I don't really remember what happened because that was a long time ago, but I do remember that this was around the time that I started to get dubbed the class clown or the troublemaker. And I quickly realized the more trouble that I caused, the quicker I would be sent to the principal's office. And guess what we didn't have to do at the principal's office? Yep, you guessed it, read out loud. You see, even as kids, our creative mind learns how to maneuver circumstances and surroundings in order to give us the desired outcome that we want. And boy, man, I tell you, I became addicted to those desired outcomes. Now, as adults, we exchange acting out in class and being called the class clown with other vices that lead us down other destructive paths. And before we know it, boom, we become the I've got problems guy. Oh, I would love to be in a healthy, non-toxic relationship, man, but you see, I've got problems. Oh, I would love, man, it would be so cool to hold down a job and pay all my bills, but you see, I got problems. Man, I wish I could have just followed my dreams, but you see, I've got problems. My friends, we are addicted to problems because problems give us a perfect excuse. You see, problems distance us from things. They allow us to give up on things before we even attempt to deal with the real root of the situation. If we didn't focus so much on surface problems, we would be able to dig a little deeper at the core factors that are causing us to react this way. But nah, we don't want to go down that door. We don't want to revisit those old wounds. And hey, I get it. I mean, by no means am I saying let's go and take that deep dive by yourself today. At your own pace, my friends. I just wanted to share my thoughts on addiction to surface problems, because many times we use them as crutches. So listen, I challenge you today to not allow your problems to be a part of your identity, because once your problems are part of your identity, then it's hard to separate the two. One way that I stopped allowing problems to consume me and become part of my identity was, number 1, I realized it. Number 2, I verbalized it, I said it. And number 3, I started to separate myself from them. I was like, okay, this problem exists, but this problem isn't me, and I'm not the problem. And so I start to kind of separate that and work with it, work around it, try to solve that problem if it's within my capacity. And if it's not, then I leave it in the hands of the Lord or the hands of fate. And I say, boom, I release this. I can't deal with this. This is not me. And I move forward. Because if I dwell on it, then it becomes part of me. It becomes part of me. I sleep on it. I wake up on it. And then the problems literally consume your life. All right, so that's just some ways that I dealt with my own issues and my own problems and how I broke that kind of addiction to problems. And I hope that it was helpful to you. In the comment section, guys, hey, listen, do me a favor. Leave how it was a way that you broke some of those addiction to problems, or if you don't think problems are addictive at all, or some methods that, you know, you deal with your own problems and issues, all right? Peace.